Good morning. Good morning, all. Online students, is my voice is loud and clear? Online students, okay, done, guys. So let's start the session. So just as a small recap, whatever we have discussed in the previous class, as a small recap, okay, in the session one, in the last class, we have covered with respect to what is data analytics and what exactly a data analyst will do. We have covered in terms of what is data analytics, meaning of data analytics, and what exactly data analyst will do. Second one we have seen with what are the data analytics, and next data analyst, what are the data analyst project, what are the project we are having, project life cycle. Life cycle means in that step-by-step order, what is the order of data analyst works, right? So these are the two things which we have covered in the previous class, and also have told you the difference between the data analyst. Okay, so just as a small recap, I'm discussing one more time. What is data analytics means? Analyzing the data. You are analyzing the data and extracting useful information, extracting useful information from the data such that it improves the business. It improves the business. So you are analyzing the given data and extracting the useful information from the given data such that it improves the business. Okay, so you are going to get all the business insights from the given data. What are the maximum possibilities from the given insights we are going to get? So this analyzing can be done through programming, at the same time through plots. So using the plots or using any tool, you are developing the business, you are getting some ideas. Based on the, you are going to get some kind of ideas how to improve the business. For example, if you are observing here, some students are attending online, some students are attending offline. Now, for example, as of now, if you see here in my online students, how many online students are there? Means almost close to 97 participants are there. I mean, close to 100 students are there. And compared to offline students are comparatively less. Now, this same thing you are going to plot. How you are going to plot means by using the bar plot. This is number of online students, and this is number of offline students, maybe with respect to 30 or whatever the number offline students. So just we are going to draw as a bar plot. Now from this bar plot, what are the plot we have drawn? 130, the number of students, how many are attending from online and offline. Now from this, what we are going to understand? So more number of students are interested towards the online, and they want to learn from there what are the work from home culture or what are the things. So they are trying to learn from that. Now, whenever we want to do upcoming business, for example, in Naresh IT, if they have to do something business, they will more focus on the online rather than offline. Is the point is clear? So here, first they are observing the data, and from that they will develop the some kind of business insights. So here, what is the thing majorly the data analyst will do is they are going to observe observations on the data, on the given data. First they'll observe the given data, and from that they will get some kind of business insights. Business insights means through this how we can improve our business, and from that they will improve the business. They will improve business. This is the one which they will do. Okay, so first step is they are observing the given data, and from the data they are going to get the business insights, and they are trying to improve their business. whether it is in the offline businesses. For example, in Naresh IT, offline students are less. Now they want to do more promotion or more things in the offline comparatively. So in order to get the more number of students in the offline. For example, online students are very already high is there. Now they want to utilize that online students and they have to do in a proper way. So here finally observations from that they are going to observe the business insights. From every observation they'll try to improve how to do with respect to in the increase in the business, right? Now this is the work of a, this is the meaning of data analytics. Now how this data analytics will be done means in terms of first the data analyst is going to extract the data. They are going to extract the data wherever the data is there. So first, if I have to draw the bar plot, what I require, number of students, how many number of students are there in the offline, how many number of students are in the offline. First, I require the data. Without data, how I can make the plots or how I can make the observations. So first step is extract the data. And after extracting the data, we are doing the analysis. Of course, first we have to do the data cleaning. After doing the data cleaning, then we can do the analysis, data analysis. And after doing the analysis, what are I have observed, I'm going to do the presentation. These are the things which we have covered in the previous class. Just as a small recap, I'm revising once again. Okay. So first we are going to extract the data, we'll clean the data, we'll analyze the data, and finally we'll present the data. For extracting the data, we require the SQL. Using the SQL, we are going to extract the data. For doing the data analysis, we require with respect to Python and statistics. And finally, for doing the presentation, we are going to do the presentation in the Power BI or Tableau, any one. Power BI or Tableau, any one of them we are going to do. So like this, we require in terms of data analyst lifecycle includes the skills like SQL, tools, SQL, Python, statistics, Power BI, and Tableau. So because these are the steps now, for these steps, these are required, right? Now coming back to the second one. Now in today's class, we are going to discuss in detail about our course content. We'll focus more on the course content today. In today's class, we'll discuss in detail course content and which one will take how much time, and the course content along with the course schedule. Means how many days it will take for completing Power BI, how many days it will take for Tableau, like this. Okay, everything we are going to discuss in detail about the course content in the today's class. Now, first we are going to start from the Python, because many of you are from non-programming language, from non-IT background might be, or if you are from IT background also, you may not be good at programming, or you don't know how to create the programs. Like a BTech first year, we have completed one subject like that, but we don't know exactly. So for all these reasons, first I'll start with the Python. Okay, in the Python, first I will discuss with you the core Python. What is meant by core Python means basics of the Python, completely from the base level. So whoever the person is interested in terms of Python, they have to always start from the core Python. Okay, starting from the introduction to Python, followed by installation of Python, and how we have to install, and what is the first initial steps, and how to write the basic things. So this is the basic. Now after core Python, whoever the person works on the Python, it is compulsory. Whoever are learning the Python, core Python is mandatory. Whether he is a Python developer, whether he is a web developer, whether he is some other developer, whatever it is, core Python means complete compulsory. Now next, we are having Python according to the specialization. Python as per specialization, as per requirement. So this as per the requirement only, here the changes will come. Some people will learn as a Python developer, they will learn something. And as a web developer, they will learn something. As a cyber security purpose, they will learn something. As a data analyst, they will learn something of the Python. None of the person, for example, any person is in the IT industry, he is a Python developer having of 10 years of experience, assume, and he is working every day on the Python only. If you go and ask whether you know what is meant by SciPy, now he will say that, what is that? Scientific Python. Sky means scientific Python. SciPy. Scientific Python. What is that? It is used for the statistics purpose. Why I will use? He will say like this. Why I will use? Because I'm not going to work on the statistics. Then why I have to learn that one? In the Python, each and everything we have to learn means it will take minimum of 10 to 20 years. For learning only, it will take 10 to 20 years. That much of things will be there. Okay, that many libraries are there. If you ask the same question to the person, do you know what is meant by sklearn? He will say, sklearn, what is this? It is used for the machine learning purpose. Machine learning. I'm not a machine learning engineer now. No, you are doing Python now. Python means you have to learn everything now. Array, Python means not everything. Python means as per our job role. So as per the job role, they will select the Python. So Python developers are going to select a different Python. As per the job role, they will select. We are having with the Python, multiple people will use. Not only the Python developer. Python will be used not only by the Python developer. Python will be used by the web developer. For example, Python developer is going to select in terms of OOPS concepts, and they are going to work on the complete on the in-depth of Python. Okay, OOPS concepts and inheritance, polymorphism, like this multiple concepts are there, advanced Python. And here web developer is going to learn the Django. Okay, these people will learn the Django. And coming to the next one called as statisticians. What are the statisticians are there? They will work on the with related to statistics using the Python. Statistics using Python. So statistics has to be done only on the paper and pen, using paper and pen, or using Excel sheet only. We cannot use the programming language for that statistics. So they'll use the for statistics also Python. Statistics with Python. That is generally they will use the libraries called as SciPy and stats model. These are the two libraries which they'll use. Okay. Next, coming to the next one in terms of like if you go with the Python developer, web developer, data analyst, data scientist, these people will use a different one. ML engineers. What are the ML engineers are there? They are going to use different one. Right. And next, where coming to the next one is AI engineers. What are the AI engineers we are having? And data scientists. Right? So like this, we are going to have in terms of different people are going to use different way. Okay? In terms of, so where we are having Python developer, web developer, data analyst, all these people are going to use the Python. Even cyber security people also will use the Python for their requirement. And some others will use for their requirement. So Python is used for multiple purposes. So if you want to become as a Python developer, you have to learn a different Python. If you want to become a web developer, you have to learn a different Python. If you want to become a ML engineer, different Python. Different Python means in the Python only different concepts. Within the Python, different concepts. So this is as per the role. Here we are going to select the role data analyst. Okay, so here we are going to cover which is related to data analyst. So Python as for data analyst. Python for data analytics. What are the Python related to data analytics? That is nothing but NumPy. NumPy means numerical Python. Num means numerical. So we are going to work on the numerical data and we'll do the processing on the numerical data. Next one is pandas. This is the library. So in the pandas, we are going to work on the tables and data manipulation, how we have to manipulate the data. Now, what is meant by data manipulation? It is not like some kind of doing the manipulation in the real world. Manipulation means any wrong data is there, you are modifying. Any modification, any modification, any modification on original data, on original data you do, any modification on original data you are doing is called as manipulation only. Wrong data you are converting to right data also, it is called as manipulation. You are doing the manipulation for the better accuracy purpose. You are not doing the manipulation for any other purpose. In order to get the better accuracy or better things, better understanding on the data. So you are doing some kind of data manipulation, and one of the most powerful library, pandas, right? And we are going to learn in terms of matplotlib. Mat means mathematics, plot, plotting, lib means library, mathematical plotting library. Okay, matplotlib, which is used for visualization. So to make some kind of plots, matplotlib, which is used for plots, matplotlib and seaborn. Okay, generally these two are not required. Basically, it is not required because as a data analyst, our presentation will be done completely using the Power BI only. But here we are going to use the matplotlib and seaborn to have a idea because it is related to data analysis basically. So within the Python also, which is related to data analysis, we are trying to cover. Actually, it is not required because anyways, separately we are learning for data visualization tool only. For making the plots, we are learning Power BI and Tableau. Again, here also not required. But anyways, it will not take much time. It will take only 2 or 3 days of time. So just if you cover 2 or 3 days of time, we can understand that in the Python, we have covered everything related to data analysis and data analytics, right? So these are the things will be covered from the data Python for data analytics, and these libraries will be covered. And once we are covered, so here in the core Python, we are going to understand the basics of the Python, how to create a function, how to use a function, and how we can work on the modules, I mean libraries, and how we can create the programs. All this comes under here. This is compulsory for everything, every person who are working on the Python, whether it is a data analyst, whether it is a web developer or anything, this is common. This is not common. Second step is not common. They will select as per the role. Full stack developers will work in a different way. Python developers and web developers different way, right? Now coming to the next step, once Python is completed, we will move on to the statistics. In the statistics, we are going to do first one called as descriptive statistics. First we'll do with the descriptive statistics. And descriptive statistics means first we are going to do the describe. We are going to apply the describe. Okay. So first we'll describe the data. So how we are going to describe the data means we are going to have here some kind of statistical measures. Using the statistical measures, we are going to describe the data. So descriptive statistics means describing the data using statistical measures. Like calculating in the given data, what is the minimum value, what is the maximum value, what is the average value, and what is with respect to how the data distribution is there, how much deviation is there. All these things we are going to do in the statistics. First, we'll do the initially descriptive statistics. And from the descriptive statistics, we will move on to the next step called as inferential statistics. Now, what is inferential statistics means we are inferring. What we are inferring? So we are inferring about the population based on the sample. Now, what is meant by population and what is meant by sample? Let me explain with a simple example. Now, you want to check whether, okay, let's take a small example to understand this. Okay, in the Kinley water bottle company, let us take an example. Kinley, there is a water bottles. Kinley water bottles are available. In the Kinley water bottle, 1 liter water bottle is available. Okay, as everyone knows commonly. Now, one of the person has complained that Kinley is doing the cheating. Kinley is cheating the public by giving only 980 ml or 990 ml, giving less than 1000 ml. He has complaint. Means he has complaint with respect to less than 1 liter. Basically, they have to give 1 liter, but inside that 1 liter is not there. 980 or 990 or 995, something like this is there. Some of the person has complaint. Now, since one person has complaint like that, now the inspector, whoever the quality inspector, inspector means not police inspector, quality inspector. Now here the whoever is going to do the inspection, now they went to the Kinley water bottle company, manufacturing company, and they want to check in the water bottle really 1000 ml is there, that is 1 liter is there or not. Now when they went, they are having almost 10 lakh water bottles are available there. 10 lakh water bottles are available. Now are you going to check all the 10 lakh water bottles? When you check all the 10 lakh water bottles and how much, for example, I want in terms of, I want to check whether the average, whether they are maintaining 1000 ml or not. So quantity is the, I'm writing here quantity 1 liter. Sorry, not 1 liter, quantity. I'm writing one quantity only. Now, first I will open the first bottle and I will check how much quantity is there. I'll measure. Second quantity, second bottle, third bottle. Like this, I'm having multiple bottles. That is called as records. Data points, records. Now, whatever the data I'm having with me, now 10 lakh water bottles are we going to check miss? No. Then what we are going to do? Randomly, we are going to pick 20 bottles or 30 bottles or 100 bottles, some number. And from that, we are going to estimate the remaining bottles. From some bottles, we are estimating the remaining. That is only called as inferential statistics, inferencing. Inferencing means you are estimating. You are estimating a parameter which you don't know based on the other parameter. Is called as inferential statistics. So this will be done as a in the important point of statistics. So here we are going to get the inferential statistics where we are doing the inferencing. So first what we are going to do is first we'll select a random sample of 100 bottles and we calculate the mean. Mean means average value. Simply let me write average only as of now. Okay, we calculate the average quantity in the bottles. How much average quantity is there in the each bottle? We are going to calculate. On that 100 bottles we are going to do. Now based on this above value, we are going to estimate. We will estimate the average value of 10 lakh bottles. What are the 10 lakh water bottles are there? For 10 lakh bottles, we are going to estimate that one. We will not calculate that one. We'll estimate that one. Based on this, that will be estimated. Is the points are clear? So for example, in this class, students, I'm going to ask whether you are understanding to yesterday's class and today's class. Is that clear? I'm going to ask. Should I ask each and every student in the class? No need. I have to ask at least 1 or 2 students or 3 students or 5 students. And based on that, I'm going to estimate the remaining students. Now, what happened with you, if you ask each and every student, sir, what will happen is it will take so much of time. Nothing will happen. It will take so much of time. So now, for example, Apple wants to know their Apple 15, what are the series they have launched in terms of last series, and they want to check the reviews or ratings of each and every customer. Now, whoever has purchased till now, for example, 10 lakh people has purchased the Apple product, I mean Apple iPhone, and they have sent a SMS, they have sent one email, or they have sent something, and they ask it to give the some rating out of 5. Now, once you have sent, now out of 10 lakh, only 4 lakh people has responded. Remaining 6 lakhs people are not responded. Now, are you going to based on the 4 lakhs, what you are going to do? Remaining 6 lakhs, we have to estimate. Like that, if one record miss also, means out of 10 lakh people, one student also don't respond for that one, it is called as sample only. If entire data is there, then only it is called as population. If one record is missed also, it is called as sample. Is the point is clear? That is called as sample. And based on the sample, estimating the population only is called as inferential statistics. Okay. And for you, which is you are familiar very clearly, means like exit poll surveys. Recently, the election was completed, and after the election and before to the result, they'll give the exit poll surveys. And they are going to estimate these are the seats. Now they are going to ask each and every person in the India or in that particular constituency who are participating in the voting. No, they are asking only certain people. So certain people, what are the sample of 100 people or 1000 people in that particular area, and according to that they'll estimate, okay, in this area many people are interested in this one, and they'll conclude from that. And that is called as inferential statistics. If you select the data randomly, you will get accurate answers. If you are going with the biased, for example, TRS party is there, example purpose, and they want to make sure that in this Amirpet area, TRS is going to win. That is the conclusion. Answer is already fixed. Now they'll go with the public and they'll ask to whom you are going to vote. If they say TRS, they will write that one. If they don't say TRS, they will not even take into the record also. In the sample only, they will not write that one. The answer is already fixed for them. They have to show in this area TRS only is going to win. Similarly, BJP, similarly TDP, similarly any other party. I'm not focusing on the party name, just concept only, right? So if they are already fixed some answers, then according to that, they'll select the sample, and that is called as biased sampling. Biased means one-sided. For example, if I want to check whether the students are understanding or not, if I see only the first student and second student who are sitting in the first bench, then it is called as biased sampling. If I observe each and every student from left side to right side, from front bench to last bench, then it is called as, or if I select randomly one student from wherever it is, then it is called as random sampling. When you are doing the random sampling, accuracy will be very high. When you are doing the biased sampling, you will get one-sided answers, right? That is inferential statistics. And after completing the statistics, that is descriptive statistics and inferential statistics, then we'll move on to the SQL. And in the SQL, we are having in terms of three things. First one is called as, we are going to create database. Database only will be created by us. Database will be created. Inside that, tables will be created. And we are going to create the tables. What are the tables are there? And later, we are going to insert the data. We will insert the data. And after inserting the data, for example, till yesterday, data analytics program is not there. Suddenly we created the data analytics program. And in this program, we are having in terms of students. Yesterday only first demo. Na? So we are getting the students. So for that, what they have done, they have created one table. What is the table they have created? In terms of, first one is serial number, name of the student, phone number, and email address. These are the things they are collecting. One is serial number, mail, phone number, and email ID. And sir, using this, what analysis you will do? Here we are not going to do any analysis because every person name will be different, every mobile number will be different, every email address will be different. Here we are not going to do the analysis. Sir, are you going to check how many phone numbers are starting with the letter 9, number 9? How many mobile numbers are starting with 8? No, waste analysis now. There is no use from that, right? Now here, then why we are collecting this data? Mobile number and email ID means for communication purpose. Majorly, we are going to do the analysis not here. Where we'll do the analysis means once this part is completed, later we'll add one more column. That column is called as fees. How much fees you are going to pay. From that, I'm going to calculate with respect to total amount of fees collected. What is the average amount of fees collected? This one I'm going to calculate. Okay, let's keep this one side. Next, I will create one more column later, not now. These will be added later. And whatever the changes you are doing later, they are called as alterations or modifications. So we are going to do the alteration in the SQL. That is tables, alter. Okay. And here we are going to have how many projects the students has completed. Number of projects, either 1, 2, 3 or 0 or what are the number of projects. From that, I will add one more at the end. How many skills you have acquired, number of skills. Whether the student has got the placed or not placed, yes or no, placed or not. And if the student has got placed, what is the salary? Like this, we are going to create one by one. Now itself, if I create that columns, what is the use? Projects are not completed, skills are not completed, nothing is completed. Now itself, if I create also, there is no use. That has to be created later. Now today we have to create up to this one only. Later we have to add the fees. Tomorrow once you enroll the course, fees will come. Followed by projects will come. Followed by skills at the end. And once everything, for example, I am conducting some exams. How many exams the person has attended? One exam or two exams. I will conduct, for example, 10 exams. Due to some reason, you may attend, you may not attend. Some reason. How many exams the student has attended? And exam marks. In every exam, 1 mark will be there. What is the average student's marks? Average student's marks in the exam. Like this, I'm going to collect the data. Then I will start doing the analysis and I'll observe what is the relation between the salary versus skills and salary versus project. If a person has done more number of projects and what is the, whether he has got the placed, yes or no, what is the relation between these two? If a person is having high skills, whether the person has got the placed or not, I'll observe. For example, here the number of projects are 0 and he has not got placed. 0 no, and 1 no, and 2 yes, and 2 yes. Something I have seen like this. What you are going to conclude from this? The person who has done 2 or more projects, they are getting the jobs. That is the confirmation I will get after analyzing the data, not now. After analyzing the data, I will understand which student has got the placed, which student has not got the placed. What is the relation? Which type of students are getting the placed? If the students are not doing the projects or if the students are not having the skills, they are not getting placed. Maybe the student has completed 0 projects and got placed also might be available. I'll observe their proportionate. Whether the number of students who has done the more number of, how many people has done like this and how many people, proportionate. In every case, every time 1 or 2 students will be exceptional. One student will get even 1 crore package also. Can we say for every student 1 crore package will be there? No, no. Exceptionals will be there. Everywhere exceptionals will be there. We should not consider the exceptionals. We have to consider with respect most amount of the data. That is 80 to 90% of the data in terms of. Is the point is clear? Now, I'm going to analyze the data. For analyzing the data, what I required is first I have to create the database. I have to alter the database. I have to insert your data into this. And after the inserting the data, I have to extract the data. So first 2 steps, that is creation and alteration, will be done by the SQL developers or full stack developers. Okay. So whatever the alterations are there, creation and alterations and everything will be done initially by the SQL developers or some kind of full stack developers. Full stack developers means obviously they will know the front end and back end. Back end means database. So these people will do this. And who will insert the data? Data entry will be done by not by the SQL developers. Data entry will be done by the data entry operators. Data entry, whoever the data entry operators are there, those people. Let's take a small example. In Naresh IT only, let us take an example. For example, you are coming for the Naresh IT. On the day 1, you are going to discuss with someone, whoever sitting in the Naresh IT, and we call them as counselors. And you are going to discuss with them and what is the course content and what is this, that you are going to discuss with them. That is the first step. After that, you are going to write your name outside, your mobile number and your name, something, and then you will enter into the class. Here I am going to discuss with you something. So who has collected the data from you? Outside, some other person. Did I collected the data? Did I know what is your name or mobile number? No. Someone has collected. After this, you are going to go to the wherever you have to pay the fees. You are going to go to that particular location and you are going to pay the fees. Who will collect the fees? I am going to collect the fees. No, some other person will collect the fees. And after collecting the fees, they are going to give the receipt. Now, next, for example, in between, you have to get a call. So today's class is well, and whether you have understood properly or not, and are you interested about the course, some person has to call. Who has to call? I should call, and I should ask each and every student. No, that will be done by the some other person. For example, while sitting, while discussing like this, suddenly due to some reason, my mic will not work properly. Now, should I call the person and or should I start doing the repair of this particular set? Should I learn how to repair this one? No. Suddenly projector will stop working. Should I learn how to repair the projector? Because I'm taking the class now. So should I learn that one? Because in the further anything happens, I should be familiar now. No. That will be done by one person, one work will be done. Everything will not be done by one person. As I told you earlier also, simple example, bike is designed by one person. You don't know who has designed your bike. Designed by one person. Bike was sold by one person. And the same bike was driven by one person. You are driving. And if you get the bike problem, it will be repaired by one person. The person who has designed that one, he will not do the repair. Though same company, for example, you are using the Bajaj Pulsar. Bajaj company only, you went and you have purchased. If you are getting any service problem, you'll go to the same Bajaj showroom only. But person who has designed is called as engineer. Person who will repair, he is called as mechanic. How both will be the same? So in the same way, in the IT industry also, we are having the different roles, and different people will work in a different way. All the things will not be done by a single person. So we have to understand engineer what the work exactly they have to do, mechanic what they have to do. Then if you understand that one, then particularly we learn as per our requirement. Okay, engineers will do like this. So engineer work will do. If a driver work is there, means driver how to do the driving they have to learn. Sir, a driver should be also familiar with the basic things now, sir. Suddenly for example, bike was stopped or car was stopped. He should know the basic things, okay. What are the minimum basic things are required? That one. So here also, I'm going to explain for you the how to create the database, how to do the alteration, how to create with respect to new columns, or how to insert the data. I will show you everything. But that is not the major part. Okay, you have said driving, we'll learn automatically the basic things. When suddenly tire get punctured, we don't know how to do the puncture also, means it is problem, because somewhere will be struck off. So basic things are required, but that is not the main work. Okay, so here in the same way, here we are going to do the insert and everything, and finally we are going to do the extraction. So here I'm going to explain for you once again the SQL also from the basics to advanced, where my major focus will be on the how to extract the data from the database. Now, how to give the permission for others, how to cancel the permissions, that will be done by the database admin. Administrators will be there for that. Those people will give the permissions in the company. They will give the access for the database. Once you join in the company, they will give the permission, and that will be done by the different team. Okay, and here we are going to extract the data. Main purpose is this one, and I will focus morely here, and how to work effectively and easily, and how to retrieve the large amount of data with less time. So wherever the concept comes with respect to less time, how we can do everything in the less time, the less time is called as optimization. Less time is optimization. How we can do the things in less time, that is called as optimization. Optimization will here, and next we are going to learn the Power BI, the followed by Power BI. In the Power BI, we are going to see what are the various plots are used for which type of variables, I mean which type of columns. For example, there is a gender column. In the gender column, what will be there? Male, female will be there. Male, female comes under text data. For text data, we are going to apply a different plot. For numerical data, we have to apply a different plot. For time data, we have to apply a different plot. Three types of data will be there: text data, numerical data, time data. For each type of data, different types of plots are there. So what are the plots and how to use and where to use and how to create the finally the various plots, and which plot is important, that plot, which plot is not important, we have to remove that plot, and we have to show with respect to the some plots, and from that what are the observations we have made, and finally we are going to create a dashboard. Okay, we are going to create a dashboard, Power BI dashboard. What is meant by dashboard? Dashboard means nothing but keeping the multiple plots in a single screen. Keeping multiple plots in a single screen. For example, I can write here only one plot. Instead of writing one plot, I will write here one plot. This is one plot. This is one plot. This is one plot. So like this, I'm going to keep multiple plots in a single screen. It's a combination of multiple plots. That is called as dashboard. How to create the dashboard. Same thing we'll do in the Tableau also. Sir, why we have to learn two things for the same purpose? That is again plots and dashboard. Why we have to learn two things means some companies, because this is the last step in a particular project, which are the last step, finally we are going to conclude for which one we are going to share to the client and for which we are going to get the money. That is the last step now. That last step might be different from the companies to companies. So some people will use Tableau, some people are using the Power BI. So once we cover the Tableau and Power BI, so most of the companies' requirements will be satisfied. Almost 90 plus companies requirements will be satisfied by creating this one. There is no difference between that Power BI versus Tableau. Just we are going to make the different kinds of plots. Okay, as a understanding purpose, what is Power BI, what is dashboard, and what is meant by plot? To understand the basic things, I'm going to show you how to draw the plots. I mean, how to create the plots. I'm taking an as example of Power BI, even Tableau also. First I will show in the Power BI and later I will show you in the Tableau. Same thing. So here see, when we are opening the Power BI, I can connect the Power BI to multiple sources. Either from the Excel, I can load the data. Either I can load from the SQL server, or I can load from different places. So see here, we are having from data, you can extract the data from the various sources. The sources can be in terms of Excel sheet. The sources can be database. The source can be in terms of cloud, like this. Almost 50 plus are there. More than 50 plus are there. Okay. And now once, for example, I'm going to extract the data from the Excel sheet. Let's take an example from the Excel. This is the data. Or so this is the data. First, let me load the data here. Now, before loading the data, let me explain what is the data set about. Directly, instead of showing directly only the plot, first let me explain the data set and what is the business problem so that you'll understand the remaining things. So I'm going to take here this is the data set which I'm going to work. Now in this data set, what we are having is there are different people are there who are working in the India and along with the New Zealand. There is a company. In that company, different people are there. Okay. And gender wise and age and their rating and date they have joined and department, in which department they are working and what is the salary and in which country they are working. Assume this company is operating in two different countries like India and New Zealand. This is India and New Zealand. Okay. And you are going to get like this. This is the data. Now, what is the business problem requirement is this company people wants the report, one analytical report. Report means in that everything, what are the observations you have made in this entire data they want. Simply they concluded like this. They want the analytical report, observations. Now, my first observation is how many people are working in the each department? That is my question. Okay, how many people are working in the each department is the question. For that, what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to select a plot called as bar plot, and I'm going to select department, and I'm going to see like this. Can you see? In procurement department, how many people are working? In website department, sir, where is numbers, sir? Okay, just add, let us add the numbers. For that, we have to enter into this and we have to click data labels. So how many people are working in the procurement department? Miss 55 people. In website department, 54 people. In finance department, 38 people. In sales department, 28 people. In HR, 8 people are working. Sir, okay, I want with respect to not like this, gender wise. Okay, 55 are working. Out of 55, how many males and how many females? So just I'm going to take the gender and I'm going to add that one in the legend like this. So out of 55, 32 members are males, dark blue is males, light blue is females, third one is others. So in procurement department, total 55 are there. Out of 55, 32 are males and 23 of them are females. See your observations. Sir, is this important point? Miss, write that one. Sir, this is not an important point. Miss, delete this one. So here we are going to do multiple observations, not one, multiple observations. In that, some of the observations only will be important, not every observation. So many things. For example, in this class, how many males are there? How many females are there? How many of them are wearing with the blue color shirt? How many of them are having with beard? Men's are having beard. These are all the questions only now. But is there any use on that? If the person is having beard means what happens? Not there means what happens? If the person wears blue shirt means what happens? Not other shirt means what happens? That is not important. How many of them are from IT? How many of them are non-IT? Is there any importance for this? Then if more non-IT people are there, according to that, you have to deliver the lectures. If more IT people are there, according to that. How many of you are having with respect to BTech, your CGPA, your bachelor degree CGPA more than 7.5? Now, what is the advantage of this? Now, we are going to understand if all the students are having more than 7.5 CGPA, means these students, we don't need to explain the basics. Those things they'll automatically understand. Slightly, if you move forward in a slowly, instead of going in a slow pace, if you go in a slightly faster way also, these people can catch easily. These are the analysis. Which is important, which is not important. So many things we'll observe in our real life, but everything will not be stored. Everything will not be important. Is the points are clear, guys? So now whatever the plot you are seeing here, this is called as stacked. Stacked means bars are attached to each other. And this is called as unstacked, side by side. The bars will be side by side. This is called as unstacked bar. And this unstacked bar should be applied only on the text data. Since here I'm having the gender, department, these are all the text data, so I'm applying this one. Instead of text data, if you are having in terms of numerical data, you have to apply different plots called as histogram, scatter plot. Like this, multiple plots are there, various plots are there. We'll discuss one by one later in the further. You'll understand automatically, right? So example purpose I'm showing. Same way, even in the Tableau also we can do. Now same thing can we do in the Python also, means we can do. For that we have to write the program, because that is a programming language. That is not a tool. Sir, now my question is, what is the difference between the software, a tool versus a language, a programming language versus tool? A programming language, what are the programming language you are having? Any programming language, okay? Any programming language, a language means only some communicate. What is meant by language generally? Forget about Python or SQL or whatever it is. What is meant by general language? Language means which is used to do the communication.